The Egyptian pyramids are one of the most iconic structures in the world. They were constructed over 4,500 years ago as tombs for pharaohs and their queens and are considered to be some of the most impressive architectural feats in human history. These massive structures were built to last for eternity, withstanding the test of time and natural disasters. But how were they built? How the directions were settled perfectly in that era? How the land was perfectly leveled? How they shaped heavy stones each of 50 ton perfectly squared without modern equipments? How were the heavy stones transported to top of so much tall pyramids? These are the questions that have puzzled experts for centuries. While there is no shortage of theories, the truth about how the pyramids were really built remains shrouded in mystery. Hey everyone, welcome back to our brand new channel Shoaib Ahmed, where we explore the mysteries of the world's most fascinating things. Today, we are going to dive into the mysterious world of the ancient Egypt pyramids and uncover the truth about how they were really built. We all know that the pyramids are some of the most impressive structures on the planet, but did you know that there is still a lot of mystery surrounding their construction? Stick around to find out the truth about these incredible structures. Foremost, I'd like to provide a comprehensive overview of the ancient Egypt pyramids. The pyramids were built during a time when Egypt was at its peak. The ancient Egyptians had already developed advanced skills in mathematics, astronomy, and engineering. The construction of the pyramids was a massive undertaking that required a high level of skill and knowledge. There are over 100 pyramids in Egypt. The pyramids of Egypt are some of the most iconic and awe-inspiring structures in the world. These massive triangular-shaped monuments were built over 4,500 years ago by the ancient Egyptians as tombs for their pharaohs and their consorts. The most famous of these pyramids are located on the Giza Plateau, just outside the city of Cairo. These include the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is the largest and oldest of the three, as well as the Pyramid of Khufu and the Pyramid of Menkaure. These structures were built during the Old Kingdom period, which lasted from around 2686 BCE to 2181 BCE. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is the largest of the three and stands over 450 feet tall. It was the tallest man-made structure in the world for over 3,800 years and is made up of over 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. The pyramids of Giza were also known for their intricate and mysterious internal chambers and passageways, which were designed to protect the pharaoh's body and possessions for eternity. These chambers were decorated with elaborate carvings and paintings, which offer a glimpse into the beliefs and traditions of the ancient Egyptians. Despite the fact that they were built thousands of years ago, the pyramids of Egypt remain one of the most remarkable engineering achievements in human history. Their sheer size and complexity continue to captivate and inspire people from all around the world, making them one of the most visited tourist destinations on the planet. Let's talk about some questions related to the pyramid's construction and try to find out reasonable answers to these. One of these questions is that how they perfectly aligned the directions of pyramids in that ancient era. Researchers answer to this question in this way. The alignment of the pyramids with the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, was likely achieved by observing the movements of the stars. The Egyptians were skilled astronomers and they could observe the stars' movement with a high level of accuracy. They used a device called a merkit, which was essentially a long wooden board with a narrow sight line, to align the pyramids with the North Star, which they used as a reference point for the cardinal directions. The Egyptians also used sophisticated mathematics to ensure that the pyramids were aligned correctly. They understood the concept of the 360-degree circle and were able to divide it into smaller units of measurement. They used these measurements to calculate the angles needed to align the pyramids with the cardinal directions. Next question is how the land was perfectly leveled under these huge pyramids without modern equipments. Researchers answer to this question this way. The ancient Egyptians used a combination of sophisticated tools and manual labor to level the land for the construction of the pyramids. First, they used simple tools such as plumb lines and wooden stakes to mark out the foundation of the pyramid. They would then use a leveling tool called an aurora to ensure that the ground was level. This tool consisted of a wooden board with a level bubble in the center that allowed them to determine if the ground was level. Next, they would remove any large rocks or debris from the foundation area and excavate a trench around the perimeter of the pyramid. This trench would be filled with water to create a level surface, and the workers would use long ropes and wooden pegs to mark the corners of the pyramid. Once the foundation was marked out, the workers would begin to build up the pyramid using large blocks of stone. They would carefully stack the blocks on top of each other, making sure that each layer was level and aligned with the previous layer. They would also use ramps to move the blocks into place and shape them as needed. Next question is how they shaped heavy stones, each of 50 ton perfectly squared without modern equipments, and how were the heavy stones transported to top of so much tall pyramids? Researchers answer to this question this way: the ancient Egyptians were able to shape and transport heavy stones without modern equipment through a combination of skilled labor, simple tools, and ingenious engineering techniques. To shape the stones, the workers used copper chisels and stone hammers to chip away at the rough edges of the stone until it was perfectly squared. They would then use finer tools, such as copper saws and sandstone drills, to shape the stone to its final dimensions. To transport the heavy stones, the workers used a variety of techniques depending on the size and weight of the stone. For smaller stones, they would simply carry them on their shoulders or roll them along on wooden sledges. For larger stones, they would construct a series of ramps made of mud brick, sand, or stone that spiraled around the outside of the pyramid. The stones would be pulled up the ramps using ropes and pulleys and then dragged into position using a system of levers and rollers. As the pyramid grew taller, the ramps had to be extended higher and higher, requiring more and more manpower to construct them. This would have required careful planning and coordination on the part of the builders to ensure that there were enough workers available to construct the ramps and move the stones. Overall, the construction of the pyramids required an enormous amount of skilled labor and ingenuity, and the techniques used by the ancient Egyptians to shape and transport the heavy stones continue to impress and inspire people today. Let's discuss about some theories related to the mystery ancient Egypt pyramids construction. Firstly, I'm gonna describe the traditional theory of pyramids construction. For many years, it was believed that the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids using ramps. The theory is that they built a ramp on one side of the pyramid and used it to transport the massive blocks of stone to the top. However, this theory poses several challenges. First, there is no evidence of such a large ramp. Secondly, the steep angle of the ramp would make it very difficult to transport the massive blocks of stone. With the traditional theory of pyramid construction being called into question, many alternative theories have been put forward. One of the most popular theories is that the ancient Egyptians used cranes or pulleys to transport the blocks of stone. There is evidence of the use of these tools during the construction of other ancient structures, such as the Temple of Karnak. Another theory is that the blocks of stone were transported using water. This theory suggests that the blocks were placed on barges and floated up the Nile River to the construction site. There is also a theory that the ancient Egyptians used a combination of techniques, including ramps, cranes, and water transport, to build the pyramids. Despite the many theories, the mystery of how the pyramids were built remains unsolved. However, recent discoveries have shed new light on the construction techniques used by the ancient Egyptians. One of the most significant discoveries was made at the site of Hatnub, where an ancient ramp system was uncovered. This discovery suggests that ramps were indeed used in the construction of the pyramids, but on a smaller scale than previously thought. Other recent discoveries include evidence of a large workforce involved in the construction of the pyramids, as well as the discovery of a ramp system at the site of the Pyramid of Khufu. These discoveries are helping us to better understand how the pyramids were built and are providing new insights into the advanced technology and engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. In conclusion, the construction of the pyramids remains one of the greatest mysteries of human history. While the traditional theory of pyramid construction has been called into question, alternative theories and recent discoveries are providing new insights into how these incredible structures were built. The construction of the pyramids is a testament to the ingenuity and engineering skills of the ancient Egyptians. It is a legacy that continues to fascinate and inspire us to this day. Who knows what other secrets and discoveries await us in the future? If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to our brand new channel Shoaib Ahmed for more fascinating content like this. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the mystery of the ancient Egypt pyramids. Thank you for watching this video.